but the one with the most generous.
I feel a little bad that that happened on the second attempt, but
that
in my
proved
defense, I
his
do
skills
run this game
even
in
us
other
all.
capacities,
It
so
were
I
the
know a
man with
little
the
bit.
most cunning, the greatest. Could you please?
Alright. Let us connect with Noir for an official, to make it an official run. Check our
Can't live
deeds.
without a spinal cord, son. Nothing unnatural about that.
Perfectly natural run, natural RNG. We'll do this stuff later, I promise. I mean, we have all the time in the world as Chief Steve. Well, cool. Good idea, Reynaud. We've achieved some kind of record. Well, not record today, but good contribution there. Where does that put me? 14 seconds behind Reynaud, which does speak to your execution, because that was pretty favorable on my end, and I'm still like over 10 seconds back. But yeah, we'll make sure to add that to the leaderboard here. Flesh it out. I should actually see what my time is. What is my time for no major skips? That is probably due of an update, but also that's kind of why we're here. I need to update everything, which is why we're doing collection in the first place. 220, hooray, and let's open those back up for one more run today. And we should, I don't know if I've been streaming. I should probably YOLO this one. I'll give myself a little bit of grace on QFG 1 resets, and after that I gotta just own it. 37. That feels slow. Well, I mean, we have to we have to revisit so much QFG. I kind of want to redo everything. And there's only so many hours in a life, but I need to be strategic once we fill out collection. Figure out what needs the most attention. I wasn't going to originally do a all DOS emulator run. I'm kind of inclined to do one now. I just really hate the DOSBox corpse slide in Shadows. It feels so awful. And as I've learned, I'm already bad at the corpse slide in general. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It is a little baffling that my my current DOS time is still the record, but that just speaks to how much tech we have, and you know how preoccupied our collection runners get. Myself included, of course. Screw it. It's YOLO run. BioPen is an institution at this point. A little bit of hesitation there. Not traditionally something you want to speedrun, but that's okay. Really some fresh new typos here. Cutting edge stuff here today. Yeah, I mean, that's just how some of the leaderboards are, if your name's not Quest for Glory 1. I mean, you should look at the Quest for Glory's free leaderboard. I don't even think we even have. I think the fighter category is just me from like 3 years ago. Alright, 152 is good enough for a YOLO. I mean, I should put in a... That might... you know, if we, trumpet boys to chill out, I'm trying to talk here. If we hit, like, a wall with collection where that 32 is being kind of full, I might need to just do a isolated streams of maybe, like, 3 and 4 or something like that. And just get raised on the board for them while we're doing it. Kind of like how we just did 5. It might come together a little bit better if I focus on each game. But right now, 3's mostly okay. I just want to get consistent. 2's whatever. You just need to get the skip right. And then, you know, Shadows, there's never any situation in QFG speedrunning history where focusing on Shadows is a bad idea. That remains a big time sink for collection if you're not doing proper execution. And then at least I can get a really pitiful 3rd place in by default for our Shadow ScummVM board. I should put a QFG3 time on ScummVM, actually. Yeah, actually, the more I think about it, the more I think we need to do... fill out those games and maybe fill those out and then strike at Thief Scum again. We might do that next stream. Unless I get really lucky on this particular run and then get lazy as a result. We'll see. It's not looking good for skip. I didn't think that there was, to be honest. The only thing I thought maybe could work was the gate that eats Alexander, which unfortunately he just seems to insist on walking into the gate. I thought maybe Karen, but Karen needs gold, I guess. I did kind of do the little speed slider trick on the bone sequence, the bone music, and it speeds up Alex's character model, which is pretty funny, but the song remains at its predetermined pace. No book and no clue, as in neither of those tools are helping you out in the underworld. Or you can't use them. Because if you can't use them, try the spellbook. That probably works. I'm begging you to stop notifying me of these things. Bacon lunch refreshed. Time for my evening desert jog. Alright, I think this is the correct no ghoul setup. The fairy? Why can't I remember a fairy in 6? What am I forgetting? Did you mean the fairy F-E-R-R-Y? The boat, yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess now that I think about it, like there's probably no exit north, right? It's just probably like the boat takes you to the screen, and they can just plot that screen wherever they really care to. Sure, if it had been otherwise, then some fanpot would have already looked at it. Hey, ATM. You're in time for our last run of the session here. Ooh. Oh yeah, Karen. I'm trying to pronounce Charon correctly. Charon. But I always forget what the correct Greek pronunciation is, so I go back and forth. Karen or Sharon. Or Charon. Artsy, yeah, Karen. Karan. No, I was learning the new Cliff tech in 6 because I just feel like it's good to know all of these SEI tricks, even if they don't have immediate utility in my speed game. So I was doing that, and then on a lark, I decided to check out the long paths, see if there's anything else that we could find that was right there and obvious. Do I set the difficulty easy game? No, I should. I should do that. Should do that. What's the command for that? F6, right? Or is that detail? Yeah, okay. Does that just lower the frequency of the encounters? Okay, great. That's good for our screen transition. No, thanks for calling that out. I think I was doing that initially when I got a couple of offline runs in, and I just forgot about it. So good call. I'm assuming detail in the desert is pretty much meaningless, right? I don't switch to that. I think these are in ScummVM. Okay, yeah. Yeah, DOS is much more particular about the detail stuff. Yeah, I think this is we're approaching our destination on our Shapir Air commute. 138, 139, 140. Shoot. Get the shoe. Phew! I could have gone bad. All right. I like how that's still a gold, even though we had a mistake in there. That was really good desert RNG. Which, hey, I think we were due. Probably should have still done a safety save, but at a certain point, it's kind of awkward when you're setting up the glitch, because hero can really get away from you while you're taking the time. Yeah. Or even react once you restore. That took longer than normal, but there's a kind of an RNG component to that. Very good. Let me make sure I focus on DDD here. Alright. Nice! So this runs in a good spot. We just need to play normally in 3. And then I guess hope that my act comes together for Corpse Slide and Pie. Or Pie. It is nice how Shadows is such a place now where the big slowdown is just assembling that ridiculous pie. But kind of hard to imagine a scenario where we don't make it. At least with what our present understanding of tech in that game. There may be a way to like advance the Baba Yaga stage or something beyond the pie. TBD. Alright, no worm, please. Please and thank you. No monkey skip. I should really figure out how that works. Save my 1.5 seconds there, you know? Ooh, wow. Alright, that was simultaneously lucky and unlucky. Sheesh. Still marvel the absurdity of the courses that allows make DDD work. Yeah, that and there's one in Longbow too that is comically lucky in terms of like something that is huge for the run that just should not exist. Really. Like all like 3 different very minor innocuous glitches all come together for like perfection. It's wonderful. DDD. At one point I was actually trying to like dig through our Discord chat archives for QFG3 to see if anyone had run a 1.0 version. And I did find the original interactions between David and Miller. Oh, and Longbow. The cutscene skips if you're Merrymen at the start of each new day where you insert store to walk around when they're talking to you, which normally wouldn't get you out of it, except that one room, the only room in the entire game that isn't blocked off and that kind of thing is happening is the cave entrance to Robin's, like, room. So it's like two different glitches coming together to make something beautiful happen. Because normally, like, you wouldn't be able to go anywhere when you break out of a cutscene like that. But we just got incredibly lucky. I think that's also a skip? Yeah, okay. So with DDD, I mean, one thing is just that you can break out of the over map to begin with and walk around. And you can see this back when David and Miller were talking about it. David discovers it on a 100% run. You know, finds it pretty quirky and weird, and he tells Miller about it. I think Miller's distracted or something. And then he does. He's like, "Oh wow, this is going to be really helpful. We can skip encounters." Until they realize that if you actually go all the way to the end of the game, that the escort flag is still active, and Manu will actually just take you to the end of the game, which was not something that had been considered. That escort flag being active would still be active in the first place, and that it would actually be integral to just having the monkey take you to the end of the game when you are not actually ready. And then frankly, on top of that, the fact that Corey was nice enough to like just let fighters and CUs win. Like having the Spear of Death just magically show up in your inventory, like that did not need to happen, but they gave it to you anyway. Wizards, of course, not so lucky. Yeah, so just a lot of happy accidents. Compare that to, like... Gosh, why does he do that? Compare that to, for example, Swim Fan's, big goon open door skip that he found. It's great. Like, it really is huge. But, because we actually do need Urana's staff in the CD version, that's why we all had to revert to the floppy version. Which would be fine, except that floppy is low in a lot of other respects. But we make do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, poor wizards. Just absolutely persecuted. They're great in Dragonfire, though, so they get theirs. Candy, oil, my pan. You really only need one ration, but I'm just gonna take 2 to minimize stamina drain. Yeah, wizards get to actually enjoy Dragonfire combat. Or magic users in general, I suppose. Beyond my comprehension. One more thing to deal with. I mean, I am looking forward to... Gosh, famous last words, right? I am looking forward to finally learning the wizard route that game put together. Because they have a lot of, like, little unique skips. I kind of want to check all those out. Except maybe that frame perfect one he found. That was kind of irresponsible of him to find. It's something that I'm not going to be able to do very often. Yeah, I really need to get a Paladin collection run in. Okay, no hand this time. Good. I almost did Paladin a while back, but then my version of Remake had a glitch that I could not overcome. That kind of took the motivation out of my motivation for me, but now well, I don't know. I mean, we might still use Remake for Paladin, to be determined, but now it's kind of a more interesting puzzle to me. So worth examining. What I think would be really fun is a Andy. Do a Paladin no major skips collection run. No major skips is quickly turning into the old run plus Dragonfire. But no major skips would actually show off some Paladin specific fun. Too much to do. Too much running to be had. Yeah, right. I figured. Yeah, I did a no major skips run, and I don't think I ever posted it. Granted, I think it was the one where I forgot to buy trigger, so it's a little goofy. But you know, at the time, it was a world record. Shoot. No. All right, he wasn't being nice, but I could have saved it if I had the right inclination. Okay, doesn't matter. We're good. First try, second try. I do anticipate no major skips, you know, as time goes on, we keep finding. Just gotta shush and concentrate. There we go. I do anticipate no major skips being more and more attractive to newer runners, as these any percents get well and truly ridiculous. First try, a little bit of hesitation there, but I mean, a lot better than we did last time. Yeah, no major skips collection is very much something I have an eye on. Well, I think I guess we should discuss, but my kind of default presumption was 2 and 4 no major skips would be our traditional pre-skip routes. So 4 probably you don't do the 4 you kill Toby, you help the gnome kill Jokes would be my my thinking. Although I guess at that point then you decide, do we? Well, okay, yeah, I can see where you're going with this. But 90% of it, I think, will be similar to how the run used to be. And then 2, probably remake. Again, just there's too many advantages to that if you're gonna not warp. Yeah, I would say either for 2, either remake in any capacity that you can do it in, or QFG2 EGA, but you can't wrong warp. Yeah, Toby saves are an any percent exclusive. He goes to hang out with his vampire buddy for however long Toby's live naturally. Long as you don't skip anything. I mean, that's worth discussing, but then I think what'll happen is even if we do allow that, I think... Oh, first try. Actual first try. It's kind of befuddling, actually. What's amusing is we probably won't have open for 5 now. Not that we need it, it's just kind of, it saves, like... Shoot, I didn't do my... Suboptimal Katrina. Should really reset the run after that. Tell about child. I know about the child. Don't give me any details. I love you, strange new lady. Okay, that worked. Speech check complete. Like, I feel like if we add wrong warps to no major skips EGA, like, I'm probably fine with that, but I think if you're talking about speed, I think Remake would still win out. Unless you use it to just skip the time in Reseer, but, I mean, Remake is so quick. It's like, if you're not going to do a desert warp, Remake is really fast. And you get a lot of little, like, stat perks and things like that as a result. But if you want to do a traditionalist collection, no major skips, then it is worth discussing the wrong warp question. I can already tell this is a lot faster than the last one because normally we were at 28:30 in Katrina's foyer as opposed to the end of the game. Has anyone, I mean, speaking of 2 EJ, has anyone done the super 100% yet? I know it was theorized. Wasn't sure if it had been implemented yet. That gold is not as huge as it looks. We did split late on 3, but I do think that was in general a good 4. Not amazing, but like good. Pretty good. Pretty good. ScummVM told me that you could, that with warps you could do normally class locked deed, so like you could be like a thief and still do like wit and all this fighting stuff, just to get a really absurd completionist run of 2 going. So kind of a theoretical challenge run, I guess. Like maximum amount of points for things you can do in 2. Because you could just cheese out of class restriction. Yeah, it was discussed. I don't think anyone's actually routed it yet. ScummVM seemed really into it, but I guess he has to kind of walk the walk to get that started. Alright, I think we might get our 32 with bad RNG, but I mean, it would be really choice if we got another optimal warp here, another optimal heat. Oh gosh, yeah, it does have all depth implications for sure. Loving it. Come on. Can't even be mad at anyone but myself for that though. Is the thing. I don't know what I was thinking there. I think I wanted it to be daytime so I get less bad accosted without realizing that I'm actually guaranteeing an encounter. So that was pretty foolish. I think we might still get it though. Which I'm actually fine with, as much as I am a little embarrassed that this might be a matter of public record that I suddenly can't do a proper speed, but whatever. Clicked Mercy? Yep, there it is. Nice. Now, I figured low 32 or even 31 was possible, but I didn't think I would actually hit it that well with a pretty poor Dragonfire. So, I need to revisit it, but I am going to hold true to what I said, which is let's actually get some Wages and Shadows runs on the board, and then maybe I'll do a quick revisit of this just to clean it up. But this is what we were going for, just a pretty solid run for the